All right, I gotta play Billy Goat to get back over to the excavator. Let me double check, make sure that thing's recording. Do you see me? Do you see me now? Get these rocks out of my flip-flops. Well, guys, today was supposed to be a day of getting our little shed built down there, but you know, I got this one locked. I gotta go down here and pull all this dirt back, so make me a little ramp. Hopefully we can get back up that. What I'm doing is trying to get rid of all this dirt down here. A lot of rock as I'm sliding. Anyways, our metal siding was supposed to show up today, and I ended up driving down there at lunchtime, and of course the guy that I work with all the time there is not there. He's at lunch, which I understand, but the communication is kind of hard without him, which means I need to really brush up on my language. You know, foreign country, we got to start learning their language. I know quite a bit, it's just hard to speak in full sentences. So anyways, went down there, ordered 10 sheets so I could get the sides up before I leave tonight. It shouldn't take long. I just gotta hold them up, screw them in, maybe an hour or something. And then tomorrow we'll get 6 more sheets. And I told him if he ever delivers me coconut wood that screwed up again, I won't order from him. And the old man that runs the place, he said, okay, because I said, you guys gave me all the shit cutoffs and I'm not happy about it. So I said, you either give me good stuff or I find somebody else. And that's just how it is. Now, down at the end, our neighbors, those guys are cutting some pretty nice looking cocoa lumber. So if we can come to a conclusion on price, I might just order it from right down the road and not have the headaches. As long as the price is okay. So I got another buddy who's building a house. He's got about over 150,000, about 3,000 US dollars just in cocoa lumber. But he's got a 3-story house he's building, so he needs a lot of support for the upper decks when they pour them. Oh man, this is so much fun. This will probably be an all-day event, just trying to get this little area down here. We do have our gravel coming tomorrow, so I'm trying to flatten this out down here as much as I can. Give us this big a work area. I got some more tarps like that, so as soon as I get the gravel in here, we'll put that bamboo up and get those tarps so it'll all be shaded down here. It's about a 15-degree difference underneath that tarp. It's crazy. Just operating slow. Like I said, I didn't want to be doing this today. I just wanted to get that done. We gotta hurry up and get that roof on. We got rain coming in a few days, and I need to get that roof on with a gutter system and the IBC tanks here. So, you know, the thing about the Philippines is nobody's ever in a hurry, but I'm not really in a hurry, but I really need water from rain. So if we continue to go down the road and not have my roof on, I can't collect the rain, and it's going to make a miserable couple months of getting this wall done, having to truck in water. And the whole objective is to save money, not just give it away. Especially when Mother Nature is providing free water from the sky. Now let's see if I can back up. I don't know if I can. Pretty steep. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't think so. There we go. A lot of rock in here, as you can see, a whole bunch of rock. Pull as much of that as we can. Push that back a little bit. Hopefully I don't smack the camera. Pretty close. This is going to be the first area we start, so I got to get this stuff out of the way. Nothing like working on the side of a hill, huh? Got sunburned so bad my nose peeled 3 times with sunscreen on. Figure that one out. It is brutally hot in direct sunlight. So my luck, I'll just get going on this and my siding will show up. So I made a comment the other day about the dirt in North Dakota. I'm not from there, but I worked almost 6 years in the oil field, industrial electrician, and our minimum a day was 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, so that was 72, and option to work on Sundays. I always chose to work on Sundays because I was a long ways away from home, and you might as well get 84 hours a week, and I'd do that for about 3 months straight. And then I'd take off and spend 7 to 10 days back in Indianapolis, my condo there, and see my kids. So we get 2 weeks off for Christmas, and then in summer break I'd take 2 weeks off. We did the Disney cruise out of Florida, which was a lot of fun. That was on my American Express, and believe it or not, the bill was in the mailbox before I got home from that vacation. But the things we spend in the States, you know, it's crazy how much money we spend. And here, I live on a fraction of that. But anyways, North Dakota, 30, 40, 50 below wind chills. We were outside working in that. Didn't matter. We're trenching, freezing cold ground where you got a foot an hour. Unbelievable. But nothing stops the oil fields, you know. Before that, I worked up in Kodiak, Alaska. I was on a fishing boat. And I got a buddy here who also worked up there. He worked in the processing plant in Kodiak. I worked on a boat. Then I came back, got back into my electrical, and in North Dakota. And then when that dried up, then it's when Obama came into office. Not talking politics. I just don't remember what year, but kind of shut the oil fields down. And I went to Iowa, Burlington, Iowa, for a company. And we built one of the massive fertilizer plants there. Spent about a year and a half in Burlington. And then I ended up heading south to Texas. Worked at a plant down there, all new stuff, you know, industrial electrical. And then I ended up over at Louisiana for CB&I, Chicago Bridge and Iron. Ran night shift, electrical side, and then my old company from North Dakota, they're out of Baton Rouge, so they had a big job just right down the street from me. I already had an apartment, so I just transferred back to my old company, worked there, and then went back to Indiana. I worked for some local electric companies, just driving around a little electric truck and doing punch-out items. It was a pretty good gig. They paid okay. Gave me some time to be with my kids. And then from there I went to California just for a while until the big virus bug hit and I sold my house. I was in Palm Springs. I was doing a data center in Goodyear, Arizona. So after that, COVID hits, sold my house, the whole world went crazy, and I loaded up in my fifth wheel with my, at the time, my youngest boy, he was 18, and we took my fifth wheel all the way from Southern California, all the way to Myrtle Beach, and we spent a good year there. And I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do at that point. So that's when I got into making wood projects. I saw some damn thing on YouTube and I started to make cutting boards. Never made one before in my life. I just ordered a nice table saw and I had about probably 30,000 in equipment and I just went bananas. And then the next thing I know, I was selling boards at $2.25 a piece, 40 to 60 boards a month, online, Facebook. Couldn't believe it. Everybody had that disposable income from the pandemic. And then I just rented a house for 6 months. Man, it was crazy. And I had a knee replacement. That slowed me down. I gained about 40 pounds, couldn't walk. It's a terrible knee replacement. I still deal with the issues of that. They say it's non-repairable. But what do? You just keep pushing through life, man. Everybody's got some kind of handicap. Anyways, got my knee replaced. That was November, what was that, 2022, 2023, March, 5 months later. Man, I was having a hard time walking, gained all that weight, really out of shape, man. And I came over and my wife and I did some trips around the Philippines. We went down to Dumaguete and Bohol and went over to, we stayed in really nice places in Bohol. I love Bohol, it's so clean there. Boring, but clean. And then I went back, came in March, went back the end of April, and I told her, I said, well, I'll see you in 3 months. And then I went home, sold everything I had. I knew this was the right decision for me only, my own decision. And July 22nd, 2023, I made it official, full-time in the Philippines. So July 22nd will actually be my third straight year here, but I've been coming to the Philippines since 1988 when I was stationed in Okinawa. So catch one of those MAC flights over here, Clark Air Force Base. And there was always something about the Philippines or the Asian culture in general that I just love, you know? So now, a few years later, we bought all our toys, we got our van, we got the Honda ADV 160, we got a Honda Click 125, we got her Honda Beat 110, I got this damn excavator, we got a piece of property, and we're gonna build our small home and enjoy life. Because once you get out of the rent, and you can stick that rent and utilities in your pocket, it's only $500 a month, you know, for rent and all the utilities. Well, hell, that's $6,000 a year. It's a lot of money. Save that for 10 years, that's $60,000. So on the build, I'm guessing, since I'm not having big work crews and we're taking our time, I'm guessing around 2 million to 2.5 million pesos. Give or take, if I decide to do a pool, then we'll add another 500 to 600,000. So 2 to 2.5 million, maybe 3. So say it's 17,000 and change for 1 million pesos. I might have 50,000, including the land. Not a bad gig. Right on this hump. I have to go forward a little bit. There we go. It's got a pretty good depth though. Getting her all cleaned out. Nice. So, before I went crazy, joined the service, worked up on the farms up in Wyoming, Michigan. There's a turkey dairy apple orchard. I can't stand turkey smell. I'd rather shovel cow shit all day than play with turkey shit, that's for sure. But that's kind of how I grew up, running equipment since I was little. I mean, little. Like, I think we had an old Jeep truck on the property with my buddy Lyle. We used to drive that truck. We were probably 8, 9 years old driving that truck up and down the country roads. Crazy. Always in trouble. Always doing something. But we worked hard. We started about 4:30 in the morning and we were done about 8 o'clock at night. We had a little bit of playtime in between. So I think some people, it's just in their blood to, everyone calls it work, and I just find it to be normal as a person just to always stay busy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weird soul. But I've got a lot of comments that a lot of guys are similar, man. They don't want to sit around. I think I'm sure other people have different ways. They're office people, but they play tennis and racquetball, and they do activities in other ways. They go to the gym. I never had to really go to a gym. This is my gym. That's going to be a nice work area for sure. So that's about as far back as I'm going to go. That's about it. That's all the far we need to go for now. I'll be back over in this area again once we get that front wall section done. Then I'll come back over here, and that's when I'll start digging this out for this wall. That's our property line right there. There's a 3-meter easement, so I'll probably be knocking quite a bit of that dirt down because I don't want people seeing over my wall, because that easement is going to be pretty high. And the property rolls downhill. So I'll probably end up cutting all that out and throwing it out front, making it a little bit easier for people to use that easement instead of trying to climb up 9-10 foot of dirt out there. So I'm going to come around, get the old camera. It's probably overheated already. All right, coming around. If I can get out of here. All right. Well, camera's overheating. We got quite a bit done. We will talk to you guys later.